Have you ever wanted so badly to release all of your negative feelings and you just didn't know how? Have you ever wondered why time and time again you found yourself back at that place of stress and frustration and anger and resentment, and you just wanted to release all of those negative feelings? Well, I'm glad you're here with me today, and thank you for starting your day with Dr. J, because today we're going to talk about one of the keys to joy, which is releasing all negative energy, all negative feelings, all negative emotions, just releasing them. And how are we going to do that? We're going to do that by detoxifying our life. See, our natural state of joy is happiness, peace, spontaneous fulfillment. But a lot of times, many of us, we don't get to experience joy for very long, and we don't get to experience joy very often. When you're not experiencing the state of joy, that means that there is some contamination present in the body. Contamination can be a result of toxic emotions, toxic substances, toxic habits, toxic relationships. All of these are rooted in the fact that we have not learned to release our negative emotions and feelings. And there's the thing, that our negative emotions and feelings, we've been practicing this since birth, since we've been born. We know how to feel rejection. We know how to feel pain. We know how to feel hurt. And we know how not to feel good. So as a result, we learn the habit of expecting negativity. And because we expect negativity, our life must mirror right back to us all of the things that we expect. But we're going to learn through this channel to manifest our greatest life and to manifest our full capabilities of living a life of bliss, of joy, of happiness, of peace, of spontaneous fulfillment. It's such a beautiful place to be. The first symptoms of toxic emotions are things like anger, anxiety, depression, guilt, and shame. And you know why? Because we rehearse over and over and over again all the things that we don't like. We rehearse over and over and over again all the things that don't make us feel great. But then we wonder why we are always in that place. So you know we have to release our negative feelings. The roots of unhappiness are often invisible. We get so much in the habit, again, from our childhood of rehearsing these things that we don't realize it's become a part of our DNA. It begins in the first year of our life, and then it becomes a lifelong pattern. Simple as this emotional cycle might sound, millions of adults continue to act it out every day. Can you think about your day yesterday? Can you think about last week, last month? Can you think about last year? Did you constantly rehearse resentment, rejection, abandonment, guilt, shame, depression, anxiety? Did you constantly rehearse that? You know why? That's what we're used to. I can't tell you how many people have told me, oh my goodness, something must be wrong. Everything's going right. Why are we so satisfied with everything going wrong? Why are we so satisfied with what we call bad things happening? And when good things happen, oh, that's too good to be true. And we keep toxic relationships because we think that's what we deserve. And we stay in toxic careers. And we live in toxic zip codes. And we live our lives in a toxic manner that we don't have to worry about anybody else hurting us because we hurt ourselves. There is an exercise that I can help you guys with at another time. When you go back to that little girl, to that little boy, and you heal them, and you love on them, and you let them know it's okay to live in abundance and prosperity and peace and joy and bliss. It's not a bad thing. When you're feeling great, don't look for the next negative thing to happen. There are several things we can do to help ourselves get rid of and detoxify ourselves from negative feelings. Number one, take responsibility. First, give up all the blame and the guilt, because you pointing your finger at someone else doesn't resolve the problem. Next, we have to witness our feelings. See, we are conditioned and trained ourselves to feel a certain type of way. When someone tells you someone has passed away, we immediately want to cry. We are trained to do that. We don't think about the beautiful life and the beautiful memories. We instantly become sad. It's a trained habit. And just like we trained ourselves to be sad and depressed, we can train ourselves to live a life of bliss and joy and happiness. You have to label your feelings, express your feelings, and share your feelings. Because at the end of the day, you have to look at it and understand, why am I feeling frustrated? Instead of judging yourself, why don't you go back to the core of the issue of why you feel frustrated and resolve that problem so you won't feel frustrated? Why are you feeling stressed? Because you're at a dead-end job? Let's have a plan for the future to change that. Why are you feeling guilt and shame? Because you won't forgive yourself from the past? Learn how to live in the present. Identify those feelings. Don't run away from them. Identify them. Express them. And I hope you have a trust loved one you can share your feelings with, to let them know, I'm a little off today, but I'm going to get back on point. And you also have to let go. You have to have some mantras and some affirmations to say, I am enough. I am loved. I deserve great things. Yes, you too deserve to be happy. And when we have that mantra and we let go of all the things that are not going right, then we have the opportunity to celebrate and to move on. Because isn't it a beautiful thing to recognize the stress, the frustration, the anger, the resentment, the guilt, the shame, the depression, the anxiety, and observe it. Separate ourselves from it and witness it. Separate ourselves from it and say, wow, I'm frustrated because I'm at this job where I never get a promotion and I'm never celebrated for all of the talents, honors, and skills and everything that I bring to the table. I'm constantly disrespected and I subject myself to that every day, and I don't deserve this. So at the end of the day, I'm going to learn to love myself. And instead of being frustrated, I'm going to walk in this job and I'm going to thank the boss. I'm going to thank the walls. I'm going to thank my chair. I'm going to thank my cubicle that I hate for my temporary situation. And I'm going to get a plan B. And I'm going to turn my frustration into a plan. I'm going to turn my frustration into a resolution to change my life. It's all about your perspective and how you look at it. You deserve bliss, happiness, joy, peace, love. It all belongs to you. And don't you ever settle for nothing less. And like I tell you, every single day, people are trying to figure out how to live their life, walking their destiny, purpose, what to do. You already know what to do. You already know. Because it's fun to be fun. And it's so generous to be generous. And it's so magnificent to be magnificent, but you know it's so unworthy to be unworthy. You already know what to do. So what I want you to do is to have a great day on purpose. And man, you better grab them keys to your joy and live your life in bliss. Have a great day on purpose, and I'll see you tomorrow.